Howdy y'all, you got the Bulldog on the channel. I've got several jobs that are in flux right now, so thought I'll just share a story today. This is something that happened to me here a few years ago, and I've been ranting a little bit on various noises and what we deal with whenever we're trying to find them. We had a customer call in some years ago, and it was a GM car, Pontiac Bonneville. She said she had a brake noise. She says, well, she can't afford to fix it, but how much would it cost to fix, and when can we do it, and all this kind of stuff. Well, that continued off and on for a couple of months. Yes, months. She'd call and ask how much. Call and ask how much. Never once brought it by. Well, finally, she could bring it by and leave it for a little while. We drive it, and we hear a grinding noise occasionally in the back. Now, those cars and vans, all of General Motors, had an issue. They had a big mono spring on the back brakes. It had shoes in the back. And instead of having a spring kit, they had one spring that did the hold down and return and everything. Well, those things were bad about letting the shoe lean out just a freckle, and the tolerance was so tight that it would rub the inside of the drum on the side of the pad. Well, of course, nobody knows how to turn them. I had a brake lathe at home, so I brought the shoes home, the drums home, and cocked my cutter at an angle and reached back in there and just scratched off, 2-3 thousandths off the inside of the drum. It fixes everything. I've had to do it on dozens of vehicles. Well, there's no more noise in the brakes anymore. She gets it back. She calls the next day. Still has noise. We can't find any other noise in the brakes. She insists that it makes the noise when you let off the brakes. That's the only time it ever does it. Well, when you set on the brakes, the shoes expand, and then the pressure of the shoes holding against the drum holds everything square. And as you let it off, they tend to twist. And that's what was causing it before. Well, now there's no noise. There is no noise coming out of the brakes, front or rear. So, well, she's going to have to bring it by, and we're going to have to ride with it. Well, she didn't have time for that. Calls 2 or 3 times. Again, gotta bring it over. We've got to hear it. You're going to have to drive so that we can hear it, so that we can see what you're doing. Because we don't hear it. Not being mean, just letting her know, hey, we can't recreate that noise, so she'll have to drive. Well, she takes it out, test drive it, with my boss in with her, and of course she takes off and no noise whatsoever. You just kind of wait. She drives it back over to town, where this car never leaves town, ever. So, well, that's where she always hears the noise. Maybe after you run around, get your brakes warmed up, they'll make some kind of noise. Maybe it's the pedal itself squawking when she lets off of it, but it never does to us. She gets over in town, pulls up to a stop sign, stops, looks left, looks right, looks back left, cuts the wheel all the way to the right, and floors it. And when the tires, brake traction, and smoke starts rolling up out of the fenders, she says, there it is right there. There's the noise every time. This is what we deal with. And of course, there are people running around out there that call us stupid for not being able to find something, because we couldn't find their brake noise. There are times when you get it some kind of oddball thing, and it's really difficult to find. But there are other times when it don't matter how long we look, we'll never find their problem, because their problem is the loose nut behind the wheel. Like, comment, subscribe, hit your little bell notification, share it all around. We'll talk to you later.